finish up lesson 1, how do environments change, by going over our homework on how climate change affects the environment and the plants and animals that live there. And with that, let's start with cheese. All right, here we are. Everyone listen carefully.
Hello everyone, my name is Wendy from class 2E10. Here's my homework. I will talk about penguins and climate change. Penguins live in Arctic and they play with the ice very fun. But then they need help. Do you know why? I'll tell you. Fish is the food of a penguin. When this climate change breaks down, then the next food and penguin is difficult to find food too. Penguins live in ice, but this ice was melting because of the weather is water, ice melting, and penguins cannot live with no egg because it can't hide in water. And penguins cannot give birth in the water too. So we need to protect penguins from climate change. Bye-bye, thank you.
That's all right. So just a little bit quiet. That might be my laptop or the phone you recorded on, but very, very good. So I love your drawing. Your drawing is great. You talked loudly, even though the video itself was a little quiet. That's technology problem. I love that you made a little web so we could see all of the ideas you came up with. This is excellent, Chi. Very, very good about how climate change affects the environment and then how that affects the animal, the penguin. Let's see. Simon, how does climate change the North Pole?
They change by all the ice melt out.
Very good.
And most of the animals lose their home is like penguins and polar bears and all kinds of animals like do not have wings and can't swim.
Excellent job, you're right. So it looks like the warmer water and the ice melting, their prey dies, so they have less food, they have less habitat. Chi, this is really a wonderful, wonderful drawing and video. Excellent work. All right, let's take a look at Kaki's video.
Today, I will tell you about a climate change of a koala. A koala looks like it has a big nose, small eyes, and fluffy ears. It lives in the eucalyptus trees. It also eats eucalyptus leaves. It is the top 3 of the cutest animal in the fire. So the koala don't have the eucalyptus trees to live and plant.
Excellent. So forest fires caused by climate
koala
change.
Can stay where it is cold and where it is warm. Because when it is cold, it has fur.
Excellent.
Fur is of the climate change of Earth. So when the koala is too hot, it can adapt and fly so they are not too hot, so the koala can live. It is my koala bear.
Oh, so cute.
It's a koala bear. It's like a bear, but it's not a bear because it is smaller. It's like a baby when we hug it, and it is very soft. It have a short tail.
All right, excellent job, Kaki. So the main thing she mentioned about climate change was forest fires. We have more forest fires because it's warmer and the weather is more extreme. It's bigger, it's more dangerous. And that is, remember I said a forest fire in Australia killed thousands of koala bears that were in a wildlife refuge to be protected. Very sad. Excellent work, Kaki. Let's take a look at Dami's video next.
Hello, my name is Dami, and today I will talk about effects of penguin because climate change. Climate change is because pollution. People pollute and they release greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases keep sun's energy to keep Earth warm.
Excellent. So us releasing greenhouse gases, you're right, the Earth traps more energy then and it gets warmer. The sun's energy can't get out because we've put too many gases in the air. Excellent description, Dami.
And pollution is too much. People build many greenhouse gases and the Earth is hotter. Climate change melt ice where penguins are living. Penguins have to go on land or island. Then if they go into the forest animal will eat them.
Excellent job. So I like that you have your notes on the back of your paper so we can see it and we can see you, we can hear you. That's a great way to do your presentation, Dami. That way you're facing the camera and it's easy for us to watch you and learn. Daisy, why can penguins not live in the forest?
Because if penguins live in the forest, penguin will die.
Excellent, right? It doesn't have what they need to survive. They need the fish of the ocean. They need the cold temperature, okay? And they have more predators to eat them in the forest. Very nice. Let's take a look at Vicky's. Here we are.
Hi, today I will tell about the climate change. The climate change affects to the animals. So the birds need to fly country to country to survive. If one country is in the winter, the bird will fly to another country. It to survive. The polar bear will hibernate in winter. It sleeps all winter and wake up in the spring.
Amazing. So this is some great adaptations that animals have to survive climate change. Bears can hibernate. What can birds do to survive climate change? Nuna, what can birds do to survive climate change?
The birds, they could fly to the...
Where might it be colder? Maybe closer to the North Pole? What would happen if you got closer to the North Pole, Nuna?
It's cold.
It's colder, right? So they could fly somewhere colder. Kaki and Zoyman also said they could move to another place. Excellent. Nancy, they migrate north or south. Very good, Nancy. All right, Vicki, great video. Thank you for sharing about how birds survive climate change. Here's Zoyman.
Hello everyone, my name is Sigrid. Today I talk about the sea turtle. It is affected by global warming. When a female sea turtle lays its egg, global warming makes the sea turtles in the egg into females. And when the eggs hatches, they goes out. Then they grow into a thinner clump. Any male, they need to mate, but there aren't any male because global warming. So they could not hatches lays its egg. The second reason is
So the first reason he said is that there are not enough males. Why does climate change make less sea turtle males? Katie.
Because it gets hotter and the hot eggs will hatch into females and the cold egg will hatch into males.
Excellent job, Katie. Very well done. And excellent point, Zoyman. That was very good that you thought of that. Let's hear your second reason.
Global warming might their folks die, like coral reef, jellyfish.
Excellent. So the coral reefs, the jellyfish, and even the seagrass become less healthy. The coral reefs all die from climate change. Coral reefs are very, very picky about where they live. They can't survive when it gets warmer. And that's also their habitat. Excellent work, Zoyman. Let's take a look now at Simon's video.
My name is Simon, and today I will tell you what happened to the polar bear when the climate change hurt them. First, where polar bear live. Polar bear live in the Arctic cold, and the climate change could hurt them by the climate change warm up the world. So the Arctic will get melt, and all the animals get drift away by the water, and but the polar bear can survive, and they have got to a land, but they get damaged for their survival because of the climate change, and now they find food for them, and they saw birds, and they keep trying to get to the birds, but they drown in water, or they die on the half of the water because they do not have food, and they die.
Excellent answer. Now I see why you knew so much about that. So this was excellent job, Simon. And I like what you drew there and what you wrote.
For sure. And they lose their habitat, then some polar bears get heater and get hotter. But some polar bears do not have fur, and they lose their fur by people cutting its fur out so that they could get cool on land.
This is excellent. Let's see. Kuhn, could you tell me one way climate change hurt the polar bears? What do you think, Kuhn? What happened to their habitat? What happened to the ice?
The ice is broke.
So what happens to the polar bear?
The polar bear die.
Yeah, a lot of them die. They don't have a place to live. All right, excellent work, Simon. Thank you for sharing. I can tell you put a lot of hard work into it. Let's take a look at Bose.
Hello everyone, my name is Bob. I am a student at Everest School, and today I will show you
First of all, amazing drawing, Bo.
Animal and its habitat when climate change. This is a snake. Its habitat is the forest of rainforest.
Very good.
It eats snake, other snake, rats, frogs, and many animals too. When it's drought, the habitat will not get enough water, so some tree will die.
Excellent. So what was that? When there's not enough water, what did Bo say it is? How about Dinman? Dinman, do you remember what it's called when there's not enough water?
What?
Drought. Very good. When there's not enough water, when climate change changes the weather patterns, the snake doesn't have enough water. There's a drought.
It is the snake habitat, and some animals will get food. And when the flood in the forest, some trees will be down, and Some snake can breathe in the water, but others cannot stop. Some snake will sail up in a very, very long tree, so they will not be die. Or if the flood is too high, the snake will die too.
Excellent. So how can the snake avoid the flood? What can the snake do to avoid the flood? All right, Helen.
It goes up a tree.
Very good. It goes up a tree. All right. So Bo talked about how climate change makes natural disasters like flood, drought, forest fire, and how that affects the snake. Excellent job, Bo. Okay, let's take a look now at Kitty.
Hi everyone, my name is Kitty, and today I will talk about penguins. Penguins live in Antarctica, Iceland. Numbers of penguins have fallen by 77% in 50 years.
Wow.
The main reason is climate change. Climate change is melting ice. Melting ice impact to everything. So, take ocean in the world to keep penguins' habitat. Without protection, not only penguins but also many animals will be impacted.
Very good. Many animals are impacted.
We need
Excellent.
to protect by don't lower the greenhouse gases so the earth will don't be too hot.
Excellent. Let's lower how many greenhouse gases we put in the air. Fred, what was good about Kitty's presentation? What did she do a good job of?
A drawing.
Her drawing, very nice. Yeah, she has a really great drawing. She also looked at the camera, did a very good job. Okay, here is Helen.
Hello everybody, my name is Helen. I'm in class 2E10 and in school Everest. Today I will tell you about how climate change made koala die. The koala will die because we put trash and most of the forest is cut down. And also, if we cut down the eucalyptus trees, the koala will can't eat. And so, if we cut down trees, the koala does not have a place to live in. If the forest will be a city, no koala will be live. If we burn fire, the forest will be burned and the tree will be died.
Very nice. So what did you like about Helen's presentation?
I liked her drawing.
Her drawing, very nice. Thank you, Sup. And she also spoke so loudly and clearly, it was easy to understand. Excellent job. So for this, we're actually going to go to here for the ones that can't be downloaded. So let's start with Mooney. Here's Mooney's, and we can't watch the whole thing, so I'll have to stop it a little the ways in.
It's Mooney. Today I want to show you my animal. It is cute. It is a koalas. Koalas live in forests in Australians. And climate change is people cut down trees, and if in summers sun is too hot, so it can burn the forest. So it will don't have more food and space, so koalas can live. So koalas can die, and should not cut down trees and make the forest for koalas, because like koalas Thanks for watching.
Excellent job, Mooney. Good job looking at the camera. You were loud, and your drawing was beautiful. Excellent work, Mooney. Let's take a look next at Michael's.
Hello everyone, my name's Michael, and today I'm going to talk about koalas and how this pollution or climate change affected the koalas. Here you can see our cute little friend koala. Here, see the little koala story.
Wow.
I'm a koala. I live on the eucalyptus trees in the forest of Australia. And that is the only trees I can live on because I eat those leaves and born. People are cutting down my environment, and Australia is getting hotter and hotter at the moment. So I am at very high risk. And there are a lot of forest fires in Australia too. I only live in the now very hot Australia, so my number is very dropping to a low rate. And I'm needing to be rescued. Oh yes, in Australia it's burning now. We're dying and our number is dropping to a very low rate. Some people are trying to help us, but that didn't work so well. Other people aren't helping us and they're just chopping down our environment. Need much help now? Help us, koalas! It's our little friend koala.
Aww.
He told us the story. People are trying to help the koalas by taking little wood and putting up signs. Koala sanctuary, warning and evidence of the forest fire. And I have put a very drawing of the forest fire in Australia at the eucalyptus forests.
Excellent job. I love that drawing of the forest on fire. The story was so cute and it's such a fun way to learn. That was a great way to decide to do your presentation, Michael. Your story was great. You looked forward and you told us all about climate change and how it hurts the koala bear and its environment. Very, very nice. Cherry, what did you think of Michael's presentation?
Very good.
Very good. What did you like about it?
It's been cut down.
Great, it's being cut down, exactly. And climate change is making forest fires happen. Excellent work, Michael. All right, let's take a look at Nancy's.
Hello everybody, my name is Nancy from 2E10. Today I'm talking about blue whales. Since we have a topic on extinction and climate change, today's topic for me is blue whales. First facts about it that it's almost extinct is people who just go whaling. It means people kill them for fun. The whales don't like it, but they already banned that law. They already banned that. And when the people killed the whales, there were only 1,000 left to 25,000 left. Oh, that's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm talking about plankton and krill. You know they're the whale's favorite snacks and lunches and breakfast. So the plankton get covered in oil, and the krill does have that too. And they both don't have anything to eat. So they eventually die, and you can imagine if there was a whale eating rotten food, right? So now people make climate change and the Antarctica blocks begin to melt. And there's something called marine algae that the krills eat. Here, see? See? Okay, eat that. And when the ice melts, the marine algae doesn't spread so fast. It goes really slow. And the krill don't have any to eat, so they die. Most of them die, and there's no more krill for the whales to eat, so they'll just die too. Look, krill goes to blue whales, right? And plankton, yeah, just think about plankton. Plankton get covered in oil and is unsafe to eat. Krill has oil on its back and it's unsafe to eat too. The whales get starving and then they die. People throw trash into the ocean.
All right, we have to pause there for time, but excellent job, Nancy. I like that you've done so much research on it. You gave us lots of really, really good facts, which I really like. You've done some really good work and your drawing is very nice. Let's have Hai Fong. Hai Fong, what did you like about Nancy's presentation? Did she speak loudly and clearly?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, very good job, Nancy. And last one is Suri's. Everyone pay attention and give Suri's a watch.
Hi, buddy. Today I will talk about giant pandas. Here you can see this picture, giant pandas. This giant panda is eating bamboo. And bamboos can be big or small. They can be adults, and when they do like this, even bigger, or just small like this. Our child had like this. And I want to show you where the giant panda live, and they're in danger. Here, you can see the little dots in here, 4 little dots. That's where the giant panda live, and that's not the whole bunch. That's just where they live, and they need to move around and drink water and eat bamboo tree, and they move so long. That's being big like this. And here, in this big one, it's like an island, was where pandas live. So they're smaller than giant pandas, and they're even bigger. And I want to say that pandas can live in many countries, but giant pandas just live in China, and some of them have brought into the United States Zoo. And the last thing I want to say with you that if I keep it fresh, you need it to keep the water fresh. Do not throw plastic bottle and anything that is dirty to the water. Animal can eat it and then they be sick, or some even die, and they can be.
This is very good. So this is more about how people hurt the pandas than how climate change specifically does, but still very good. You look at the camera, you talk loudly. I like your drawings and the information that you wrote. Ruby, what did you think of Suri's presentation?
Chopping trees.
Very good. Cutting down trees, dirty water. Excellent job, Suri. Great work. All right, I believe that is everyone. So with that, let's go back to our PowerPoint. Today we will be learning until 2:55, so we have 10 more minutes. So remember, we are learning Unit 6, Our Earth. Let's have Daisy, could you read the big idea?
The physical and living parts of Earth are constantly changing.
Excellent job. So they're constantly changing. And so we're learning about that changing Earth. Unit 6 is all about our Earth. And the big idea is that Earth is changing. Earth isn't the same as it was thousands of years ago. So what did we learn during lesson 1? Bo, what did we learn during lesson 1?
I think nature disaster.
Very good. Natural disasters and how those change environments. What else did we learn? Suri?
Weathering.
Weathering. Good. How weather can change the environment. And then, of course, how people change the environment. Hai Fong, can you read what we learned during lesson 1? Can you read?
Lesson 1, how to do environment trend.
Excellent job. How do environments change? So lesson 1 conclusions. Natural disasters are fast changes like forest fires, tornadoes, and floods. Some weather like rain, sunshine, temperature, that changes slowly, like between fall and winter. Plants and animals change environments. What about people? Dinman, can you read this slide for me?
Lesson 1 Conclusion. People hurt the environment for resources. People help the environment too. We can reduce, reuse, and recycle.
Excellent job. So we heard it for resources, for things we need like food, water, things to build like wood, paper. Okay, so now let's learn. So we're done with lesson 1. Today we start lesson 2. Mooney, can you read the title of lesson 2?
Lesson 2. What are some weather patterns?
Good, so that, can you say patterns?
Patterns.
Excellent, so we're gonna learn about weather patterns. What are some weather patterns? Who can give me an example of weather? Kitty, can you tell me some weather? So if I said, what is the weather like today?
Today, let me see.
Okay.
Sunny.
Sunny, so sunny is a weather. Simon, can you give me some more weather?
Rainy.
Rainy, excellent. Katie, more weather.
Cloudy.
Cloudy, excellent. So weather is the wind, the temperature. Is it hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. Temperature, it's hot. It's sunny. There's fog. It's cloudy. It's raining. It's freezing. It's really windy. Windy. Those are all weather. What is the scientist doing? What do you think, Helen?
I think the scientists go outside to see the weather.
Yeah, to see the weather maybe. So this scientist is actually measuring the weather, testing the weather. He's using the balloon to figure out something about the weather. So we're going to learn more about that, but first, we're talking about weather patterns. What are patterns? Kaki, what are patterns?
It's repeat.
Excellent. Just like Kaki said, let's make a pattern real quick. Here we have square. Next we have circle. Then we have square. In this pattern, what comes next? Kuhn, what comes next? Square, circle, square. What's next? All right, Sup?
Circle.
Very good, circle. That's the pattern. So what do you think weather patterns are? Right? It's something that repeats. Instead of square, circle, square, maybe it goes hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. So weather patterns repeat. What weather repeats every spring? Dami?
It could be cold and someday it could be raining.
Excellent. Maybe some days are cold, some days are hot. It rains a lot so plants can grow. This is a pattern. It happens every year. It repeats. Katie, could you please read this for me?
We measure the weather so we can learn and understand different weather patterns.
Very good. So we need to measure the weather. We need to do science. That way we can understand the weather patterns. So we use tools like a thermometer. We catch the rain to see how much rain falls. We measure how fast the wind blows. We measure. That way we can predict. We can make guesses about the weather. Oh, we measured these temperatures last spring. We can guess the temperatures for next spring. So, weather patterns are important. Let's look at this picture here. We want to know the weather patterns so that farmers know when to plant. What if we didn't know the weather patterns? Would the farmers know when to plant Would farmers know when to plant things? Zoyman, what do you think?
One is hot and one is not hot.
Yeah, so the farmers need to know the weather before they plant. That way they know if there'll be too much water or if it'll be safe. So this is your homework. Predict, which means guess. What do you think tomorrow's weather will be and draw it? What do you think the weather will be? Also predict the temperature. Will it be 30 degrees Celsius? 10 degrees Celsius? That's all. So draw the weather tomorrow and predict it. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.